learning, look forward to learning so much. Look forward to learning. I look forward to, going back with something to get fired up for the year. And I hope we all who coming into have that at the back of our minds, that we're having 1 hour, 30 minutes of amazing time to learn, to share, and to hear experiences that can boost us up for the year. So we go straight to the agenda. So I want to be sure my guests are available. Yes, I have Mr. Ibongeno, one of our guests. I have Ms. Joy Ansel, another of our guests, and I have Mr. Anthony Samuel. Okay, so our fourth guest is yet to come in, Ms. Stephanie. Mrs. Stephanie Martins is yet to come in. Okay, a few minutes. I'll wait for our fourth guest to come in. So we kick starts. Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Once again, I'm back. I am your host today for the show, and my name is Vanessa Ajay. And okay, so our fourth guest, she's trying to log in. We understand what the network can do sometimes, but she'll be up with us soon. So while we wait for her, we have an agenda that we're going to be walking through. And okay, I think she's trying to log in. A few minutes, she's trying to log in. Okay, so we'll just carry on while we wait for her. She will join us. We'll just carry on. I'll wait for her. Okay, so the first agenda on my list is I'll have my guests do a brief introduction of themselves. They have 5 minutes each to introduce themselves so we can know the people that will be talking with us today. They know why they're here on the panel today, and the much we should be set to learn from them. And first on my list this evening is Mr. Anthony Samuel. Mr. Anthony Samuel, please, in 5 minutes, can you introduce yourself to the house? Mr. Anthony Samuel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
You're welcome, please.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. It's good to be having every one of you listening to my horrible voice. Okay. First off, my name is Onwukanjo Chukwudi Samuel Anthony. I'm a graduate of business management from the prestigious Imo State University, Nigeria. So I am the second born of 3 and the only boy. So what again? Okay, that's that. I have an affiliate with Global Digital Skill, and I'm a certified communication expert from Open University, UK. I'm the CEO of Creative Impact, also known as Tech Media, and also the CEO and creative director of My Concept, which is an event management hub that I have. So it's more or less like I'm a go-getter with different ideas. It's always me going out for what I've seen myself wanting to do. I don't look at corners. I don't look at less possibilities of getting things done. I just go get what I want. the main instrument I have is my mind. When my mind tells me, okay, this is what will work best, I go out and get it. And for every reason, for everything that I have today, it has been on the product of my mind. So today is going to be amazing because I have several stories that I would like to actually share with us because it's it's like the theme of the program said, it's my dream and I. My dream and I. So I'm going to be sharing what I have seen in my head and what I have been able to produce out from what I have had in my head. So it's basically not just what you have in your head, because everybody can't see what is in your head. It is when you are able to produce it, they will know that, okay, wow, can this thing actually come to life? Could this, could this be what has been on this person's head? If they can only ask that question, they can only see when you put work to action. When you put work to action, that is the only time your dream will come to reality. So that's more of it. What I do basically, like I always tell people, everything that I have today, every brand that I have today, they are all geared into solving real life problems. So I believe with time I'll get to explain what I mean by solving real life problems. So I don't know how many minutes I've talked, but
Oh,
I
thank you
believe
so
that.
much, Mr. Anthony Samuel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I picked a thing. Nobody cares about the dream in your head. People want to see the real dream out there. Yes, I told someone, I said, nobody says, oh, this block is so fine, this block is so fine, this cement is so fine. People say this house is fine. Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony Samuel. So the next person we'll be listening to now is Ms. Joy Anson. Ms. Joy Anson, please take the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Joy. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can
Hello.
hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, that's okay, that's fine. My name is Joy John Ansel. I'm a graduate of economics from the University of Uyo. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I have a master's degree, that's an MBA to be precise. I'm from a family of 5, second born. And I'm the founder and the CEO of Pele Essence Group of Companies. And I'm also the founder and CEO of Anso Interior Company. All right, so in just a little nutshell, I'm a proactive person. I'm someone that likes to be creative. I don't want to call myself fully creative because I'm still a work in progress. And also I'm someone that likes to bring life to bring life in a dead zone, maybe something that you would say it's a write-off zone. I'll be like, no, I don't want to give up. I want to still see if there could be a change, if something can bring life to this thing. And I'm also that one person that believes in an excellent output. Whatever you're doing, try to be excellent in whatsoever thing you're doing. I always bring that to the table. I think that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So excellent. Excellent is actually everything. When we talk about our dreams, no matter how much we're going, we're building on all of that. People are looking at excellence, and people are working towards. People respect excellence. People appreciate excellence. So it's actually very, very important. When we talk about our dreams, we understand that excellence will mean a lot to a lot of people who are looking up to us. Thank you so much, Ms. Joy Ansel. And the next person on our list is Mr. Ebong Eno. Mr. Ebong Eno, please take this.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you for having me on this series. And good evening to everyone. My name is Ebong Eno, and I'll say I'm a multi-talented person, actually a gifted child, if you will, because I find myself doing a couple of things all combined. I have a background in medical radiography, and after a couple of years, I've switched over to management consulting, hospitality management, and a couple of other things. I just believe that life is simple and we live it simply in an excellent way. doing the things that we ought to do in simple manners to achieve the results that we have. For me as an individual, I believe that we get to do things one step at a time to get us closer to where we ought to be. And basically, I run personal development growth program for young people and also get involved with relationship and marriage counseling. So it's I'm here and there, but in all of this, I try to be on top of my game. And basically right now, I am the Chief Executive Officer of Mindswheel Networks, where we evolve corporate and personal excellence, also on the board of Royalty Group. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ibogeno. I know you, I know you didn't tell us all. You're actually a gifted child. Yes, Mr. Ibogeno, thank you so much. I like the fact that we're really talking about excellence, excellence. What makes you stand out in everything you do is excellence. Even when you start small, let the small show excellence. People will believe that the small will grow to big. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibogeno. And the last on our list, and not the least, is Mrs. Stephanie Martins. Ms. Stephanie Martins, please, can we hear you?
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Welcome.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Sorry. Okay, so my name is Stephanie Daniels Odroja. I'm a fashion designer, a fashion consultant, and also I'm a digital marketer. And my digital marketing, I'm also a social media manager, and also coach people on how to handle your Instagram page, anything concerning social media and the rest. As a fashion designer, I'm also I'm also the CEO of Stephanie Martins. Stephanie Martins is a co-owned company by me, my husband and I, Stephanie, and then he's Martins. So that's why we came together and formed Stephanie Martins. It's a fashion brand that I have been building right from when I was really, really, really young. I'm this kind of person that I'm multi-talented. I'm highly creative. Let me not hype myself, but I'm just trying to be honest. I'm creative. Sometimes when I start something, I don't know how it happens. I didn't learn fashion. Didn't go to fashion school. I didn't go to and I didn't go to any creative school. But then I just I just have the idea in my head and I bring it to life. I create it. So I am blessed with that, and I bless God for it. And also I trust my instincts when I have an idea running through my head to be like, oh, Stephanie, do you think you can actually convert this to something very nice and creative? And I'm like, oh, okay, let me try it. And then I would try it, and everybody would be like, wow, how did you do it? How did you do it? I was like, I don't know, just came to life. And also, I'm also someone who have, I don't know how to put it, but I just feel like I'm not someone who just write off things. Like when I see something, I just believe that that particular thing can work. Except you give me false hope that it will never work, then I'll just leave it. I'm someone who have strong belief, very strong belief. My belief is on another level. I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know your level of education. I don't want to know where I am. I'm like, okay, what can you give me? What can you offer me? What can you bring to the table? That's what we're talking about. So I like it when I'm someone who aspires to be greater in life. I want my dream to be heard. I don't just want to dream. I want it to be visible. I want it to be out there. I want it to be, everywhere. I don't mind being like Gucci tomorrow. I don't mind being like Versace tomorrow. I don't mind owning one of the biggest brands tomorrow. And all thanks to my team. My team, I have one of the greatest team, from my tailors to my partner, Lumi Martins, to me myself, the creative director and CEO. I just believe that as a creative person, if you don't acknowledge all those parts of your life, you're just there. I don't know how to put it. You're just there. You have to understand that there are some people, no matter how creative you are, there are some people who work tirelessly to bring that creativity to life. They work tirelessly with you. They work tirelessly with any idea. They believe in your dream. They don't just feel like, okay, this person is paying me. No, they believe in what you have to offer. So I'm not to take all the credit, as in, oh, I wish I can bring all my team on board, but I really want to appreciate them also because they are part of me. And also, I also want to talk about my digital marketing. As a fashion designer, I just realized that, okay, this is my fashion job. This job can strive without me. All I need to do is design and bring everything to life. Because what I do is, my greatest dream is to also to have a factory that produces fabric out of waste materials. That's my biggest dream, to have a big factory that produces that can convert recycle waste products like plastics, all those nylon, to very fine materials that you can make fine, very nice dresses out of them and everything. But basically, I use all those things to create my idea, to tell people how I can achieve the ideas. You understand? So aside that, I do ready to wear, bespoke tailoring, wedding dresses and everything. And as for my digital marketing, I realized that not everyone out there knows how to use social media, and I'm very good with social media. I just realized that, okay, there are people out there who they just believe that, okay, social media is just, and the world is evolving. The world is moving from you talking to clients, come apart to know the world has moved out of that, we move past that. So I just believe that as a digital marketer, you also need to understand your clients and everything. You also need to understand where what is going on in the industry, because people are out there, they don't know much about social media.
Okay,
They
your
don't
5 minutes
know
is
much.
up, Miss Stephanie.
It's up, okay. So
Thank
anyway,
you
I love to
so
talk
much.
about my brand anyway, but anyway, thank you so much. And
Thank you so
let me
much.
do the next
Thank
part.
you. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Stephanie. There is so much about you. When you say you're a gift, you gifted, of course, there's so much about you. There's enough time for you to tell us a lot about why we go further. There's enough time you tell us a lot about you. And
Okay.
yes, thank you. So I guess we've heard all our guests for today. Amazing speakers, people who have brought their dreams to reality. Their dreams is not just in their head. They've brought it to reality. They started from somewhere and they've gotten to somewhere and they're still heading to somewhere. And God willing, we will look at their dreams and see the finished work of their dreams. Okay, so thank you. We have a lot of people logging in and some people are still struggling with the network. I know they will come in and join us at any time. Okay, so yes, everybody have introduced themselves. We're going to the real deal now. So a lot of people talk about their dreams, and some people make you believe that this dream you should have started when you were a child. You should have this dream, and I want to know: does dream have a lifespan? Is there a lifespan to people's dreams? Like we already have established what we do. We've established, please. Everybody that comes in can just mute, please. Okay, so basically everybody knows that they know what their dreams are right now. And we're saying, do dreams really have a lifespan? Is there a time you get to, and is there a level the dream gets to, although this dream cannot go further and all that? Do dreams have lifespan? I want you to, if yes, just explain to us. If no, explain to us and explain to us from your own terms with your own experiences. So for that question, we start with Ms. Joy answer. Please, do dreams really have lifespan?
All right, my answer to that question is no, because to me, I feel that dreams are gifts. embedded inside of us. It's not just something you go out to the store to go and buy or to bargain or somebody gives to you. It's something that I think God gives to each and every one of us. And then people are different. For instance, when I started my interior decoration stuff, when it all kickstarted, I was in my early 30s. That's when it started professionally, but it has always been there. I remember when you were just making introduction, you were like, oh, Joanne, so when you were in school, I entered your space. It was always colorful and nice. That was the dream prepping itself inside of me. While at home, I'll find myself trying to make sure I fix this. I carried this one, I put here, I try to transform things around. That was I think I was about 15 years old then. So everything started actualizing in my early 30s. So there are people that their dreams can kickstart in their 20s. There are people that their dreams can kickstart in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. We have the likes of this man, the founder of KFC, the man that owns KFC. He started at the age of 60. You understand? And now the business is all over the world. If you had said, oh no, I'm already too old, I can't do this. Oh, I've passed the age where I would carry out my dreams or the dreams I had before because I didn't have enough capacity or finances at that time. Oh, let me just drop it. Oh no, there is no such time as a lifespan because it is inside of you.
Whoa, whoa. Oh,
so most time people will be like, oh. Hello?
We're here.
All right. Some people could say, oh, I've reached a particular age that I think my physical capability cannot go ahead. I don't have the strength to go around, to be driving around, to carry out my business or to achieve my dreams. All right, fine. Your resources can go ahead of you. If your physical capacity cannot go, people are there. Your resources can work for you. Your capital can work for you. So I think there is nothing like a lifespan to stopping you from achieving those things that are embedded inside of your inner being. There is nothing like a lifespan, because even if you're an early bloomer, fine, you can start early. And then in your mid, you can still start at that time. And then in your late, there is no time. Any time is right. And there is no lifespan, because you can achieve a lot in your 20s. You can achieve a lot in your 30s. In fact, there are people that maybe when they started life, things were all rosy for them because that was the phase for them to actualize that thing at that time. And there are people that didn't have enough capacity, enough resources to start off at that time. But you see them and in their later life, maybe in their 50s, they still actualize those dreams. Those dreams still come to pass. So I think my answer is a big capital no. There is no lifespan.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So everybody's dream is embedded in them. Yes. So as long as you're alive, there is no lifespan. No matter your age, you can actually start. Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Joy. Oh, I think I've learned so much from that. So I know that I'm not going old. Neither is my dream going old. Okay, so the next person I'll be attending to this question is Mr. Anthony Samuel. Mr. Anthony Samuel, please let us know if dreams have lifespan.
Hi, guys. So, sorry, I didn't get that question clearly.
Do dreams have lifespan? Do dreams have lifespan? Okay. Yes.
Dreams. Dreams. Do they have lifespan? Should I say something contrary to what Joy said?
Of course, of course. That's why we're here to learn. Your opinions is the greatest teacher.
You know, when you say if dreams have lifespan, it depends on the type of dream you are dreaming. Because when you say you are dreaming something and you have when we say dream, we are talking about plans and life agenda, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So when we say dreams, we are talking about life agenda. So when you have an agenda that you know you yourself, you know that you are not, there is a way you put yourself that you won't be able to attain that goal. You won't say that dream is going to die. You won't say that dream is dying. You will only put yourself in a position where you will be able to attain that goal, or rather attain that dream. Okay, back to the question where I asked, does dream have lifespan? Dream does not have a lifespan. So, Joy, you're happy now, right? Dreams, they don't have, it does not have a lifespan. You know, when you set up, when you set up a goal, or when you envision yourself from the very beginning, you say, okay, this is where I want myself to be. This is where I want myself to be. You look at it in a way that it is attainable, and you bring to the picture reasons why it's not attainable. Reasons why you bring the reasons why it's not attainable is because you want to have a clear view of what you are up against. So when you say your dreams are looking in front of you and they are sliding away and you feel it's the end of the world, it will come to you as going down, it won't work for you. But when you look at your dream as though it will come to pass, even though you are not seeing what will make it come to pass, but having that dream that it will come to pass, it would just find its way to come to you. Because before I started playing the sax, there's this story, there's this incident that happened before I started playing the sax. I was a singer then. I think that was far back 2008, 2009. There was a program held in my church back then in Edo State. I was a singer then. I was in the choir. So a saxophonist came to my church. And the way the guy played, the guy scattered everywhere. You know, when they say this guy played everything he knew how to play, he played everything. Then my pastor climbed up stage and he said, this guy played very well. You know, he was just admonishing that this guy is a youth, and you know, we all can do like this. We all can be better than him. Then he asked, who among the choir will be able to play like this person? Out of the joy and excitement from my heart, I raised up my hand. Hey, Pastor me. Pastor with the mic said, Sam, then they used to call me Chup. Chup, please put down your hand. I'm not talking about somebody that will be playing with this thing. I'm talking about somebody that will be serious with this gift. I was so embarrassed that day that, God, did this man just insult me indirectly? Out of shame, I dropped my hand and he continued his preaching. And you know, it was a big blow for me. I believe that was where I started having my dream of becoming a saxophonist. So 2008 passed, 2009 passed, 2010, I met with some people. From 2008, I was still thinking of wanting to, you know, be a saxophonist and all that. So 2010, I graduated from, I think was from secondary school. The dream was still there to be a saxophonist. So I got music materials, got a recorder. It's funny that I started playing with this flute, this small children flute. I started playing. I hope I have enough time. Oh.
How like a minute to go?
1 minute.
How many minutes?
Yeah, you have like a minute to go.
Okay, I think I'll push this story to other questions. Okay, the thing is that dreams they don't have lifespan. No matter how long it takes for your dream to come to reality, if you put work to it, it will come to life. Just put work to it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. But when you put work to what you have in your mind, it will come to pass. Like what they told us in school then, there are some characteristics your goal needs to have. It needs to be attainable. You need to set a goal that is attainable. You need to set a goal that has a time frame, you know, stuff like that. I think I have limited time, so I think I'll end here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, well, some people have said dreams don't have a lifespan. And I'm wondering, for a footballer that wants to be an international footballer at 45, does he still have a chance? Is a dream for him to be a footballer at 45? Does he still have a chance? Okay, no, that's a question for another. Don't worry, when we're rounding off. Then I go to the next person. Miss Stephanie Martins, please, can you do justice to this question? Do dreams have lifespan?
Well, just like the question you asked, can a 45-year-old person still dream of being a footballer? No, because that part of dream has its own lifespan. I would say yes and I would say no at the same time. I would say yes in the sense that it depends on the individual. Dreams can have lifespan depending on the individual. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that as someone who has a particular dream, like for instance now, there are some dreams that are achievable at any age. At any age in life, there are some dreams that are achievable. There are some dreams that are not achievable at any age in life. Whether you, no matter how hardworking you are or the effort you put, there are some dreams that are not achievable if you don't start at early age, because you will need your physical strength, not just the mental strength. You will need your physical strength to put into that dream. And also, I feel like opportunity also adds to that too. If, for instance, now, if you are aspiring to be, um, you're aspiring so badly to be an event planner, and we know, or interior decorator, we know what it takes to be an event planner, we know what it takes to be an interior decorator. You, at early age, you have this you have a family who is well-to-do, who are ready to support your dream to any length. Your dream can fast track from that stage. Also, your dream can also be delayed till you're financially able to start up your dream. Also, there are some dreams that you don't need finances to start up. There are some dreams that all that is needed is your creativity. All that is needed is for you to put one or two things together, to put them together. While there are some dreams that you need opportunity to get out there. Dreams like being a footballer, you need opportunity to be out there. It's not just about you having that talent. It's not just about you having that skill. If an agency doesn't see you, doesn't cite you, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I'm just trying to be realistic. If an agency doesn't cite you or have interest in you, you might not be discovered. And also, there are some dreams also that you can just wake up and this idea just came to your mind. Oh my God, I realized that I'm loving this. I think I can find a career in this. I can find a career path in this. And then suddenly you see yourself doing it and you're succeeding in it. Sometimes your dreams might not be your reality. Sometimes your dream can just be fiction. Your dream can just be fantasy. You can be dreaming of becoming something you know is not possible. Because some dream, I used to tell people, let your dream be realistic. You can be dreaming of something that is not possible. But then, no doubt, you can put in so much effort. You're putting in so much effort. You're wasting your effort. It's still not working out. I feel like there's greater opportunity to always try and fail. Not compulsory, you stick to that and force yourself to do something you don't want to. You do something, you're passionate about it, no doubt, but then you're forcing yourself to do it, but it's not bringing any results. It's not producing anything. I just feel like you have a chance of relieving yourself, take a step backward, and see if you have passion for other things. And also, I just feel like, well, if I say correct me if I'm wrong, because I also feel like dreams are something that they should I say they vanish. I don't know the right word to use for it. Like, if, for instance, now when I was a kid, I had so much passion of becoming an artist, not a designer. so much passion of becoming at the age of 8, I was already drawing a human being, like a proper human being. I could sketch the person very well. I understand all my shading skills and everything. But then my mom will always take the book from me, say it, and show it. I don't want you to be an artist. Artists don't have money. You need to be something else. You need to be something that will give you money. This thing will not give you money. So if you're from a family that don't support your dream, because support is one of the key factor of dream. If you're from a family who doesn't support your dream might die. Your dream might the lifespan, you get discouraged. You just get tired of it. You don't want to do it anymore. You just have to find yourself something to do around what other people want to help you. Though I'm not advising anybody to follow people's perspective about your life or follow people. But then when I was a kid, I dropped that dream. I dropped that dream of being an artist. But thank God I'm a fashion designer. They all align together because I kept on pursuing it. I kept on pushing myself that I must achieve this thing. I must achieve this. Okay, I think my time is up.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Stephanie Martin. Okay, so
Thank my time
I
is
will
up.
throw more light on some things, Ms. Stephanie Martin. Did you actually drop the dream of artist? Okay, well, I would say that for dream, from what you said about the lifespan and all that, and your
Sorry,
dream.
not artist per se. Not artist. I said drawing, like normal
Sketching.
Sketching and the rest.
Yes. Okay, so if you say you dropped it, most of the drawings I have, you sketched them. So I don't understand. If you dropped them, why do you still sketch? Okay.
No,
so you understand that you actually did not drop it. It's still there, but something bigger.
I didn't drop it, but I
it.
didn't take it as a I didn't take it as something I want to do. I didn't take it as a passion. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Before the next question, I'm going to ask another question. If someone who wants to be a footballer at 45 cannot be a footballer, he has dreams of being a football legend, and at 45 have not been able to achieve the dream of being a footballer, can't he go into owning a football academy and help other people live the same dream? Wouldn't that still stand as him living his dream? Okay, so let's welcome in the next person, Mr. Ebong Eno, please.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you. Well, I've heard everyone talk about dreams having lifespan or not having lifespan. I'll beg to veer off a bit because I try to work from a different school of thought. I'll say yes and I'll say no, but I'll focus more on the no. People have given the yes answers and I'll give my reasons for saying no. Dreams have lifespan. First, we like to understand that there can't be a dream without a dreamer, and your dreams can't come through without actions. So that statement will help align my thoughts. In answering your question and in taking off from the question you asked, a footballer at 45 wants to be a footballer, he had this dream from when he was small. Certainly, every dream is tied to strength. That's my take. Every dream is tied to strength. There are some dreams that are strength-oriented. That of being a footballer is tied to strength. And so if we can't get through early enough, then that dream certainly is going to keep remaining a dream. Until a dream is worked on and action is consciously taken, it can be a reality. A dream is not actually the actual thing. It's just a dream. You are just dreaming. And seriously, when we dream, no one knows what you dreamt, except the person has the spirit of God or has the spirit of divination to be able to say, oh, this is what I dreamt. But the dream is just you. You're the only person that sees the dream. Until it is worked on and action is taken into consideration for others to see, then it's not a reality, it's just a dream. But first it begins as a dream. So I like to say that, I like to say this, that dreams have seasons and they operate in cycles. When once the seasons elapse and the cycles run out, then you probably would know that the lifespan is over with. For instance, you talk about right now in the banking industry, the age for which you're probably getting into the bank is 25. Anything above 25, it's going to be very dicey. You must have someone that will call someone, that will call someone, that will call the MD, and then you're taken. Now, so what do you do? So dream is attached, that dream is attached to a season, it's attached to a phase, it's attached to a program, it's attached to a timeline. If we don't start working early enough to be able to queue into the admission time, I would wear for working in the bank, and then you dream to become let me break this down. And you dream to become maybe a bank manager or something. You will not just wake up and arrive as a bank manager. There are two things. You either want to be a bank manager or you want to be a bank owner. While you can become a bank owner at a different time in a different season, you can't become a bank manager when you have not walked the ropes. So dreams operate in seasons and they operate in cycles. So it has a lifespan. Actualizing the dream needs strength, needs action, needs courage. I like us to understand this, that we don't just keep saying that dream doesn't have lifespan and every young person out there goes around wasting our youthful age and playing around and hoping that when we are 60, like KFC, like the man that started KFC about 60 something, retired colonel, and then we also will start something. We must understand what passion and dream and purpose, all of those, they are little lines that differentiates them. So in summary, I like to say that dreams have a lifespan, but in seasons and in cycles. And once we miss that cycle, we have to wait for another cycle. And once we meet that season, we'll have to wait for another season. It's not just going to be open-ended because the dreams are tied up to our strength. The dreams are tied up to the seasons of our lives. There are things I should have accomplished at a particular time. Yes, if it's missed, can I have time to redeem it? For some, for others, no. A good example is the footballer thing. Another one, you say, probably I have a dream of being a pilot and I'm trying to be a pilot. I've been trying to be a pilot. I'm still working on it. I'm still dreaming. I've not even started anything. In fact, I found myself in art class, not in science class. I'm not doing physics. I'm not doing any of those things related to it. And so it's not going to work. Now, I use myself as a very simple example. I started out in life, and one of the key things I wanted to achieve, I saw myself working out and heading for, was to save lives. My job and the assignment I believe I had, and I still have till now, is to save lives. And based on the information that I had, the first thing that came to my mind was to be a doctor. The only way to save lives is to be a doctor, because when someone is about to die and he goes to see a doctor and doctor does come perform some magic, gives you medication and it's fine. So that was my dream. That's what I believe. That's what I look forward to. First, don't forget that my dream was to save lives. How I'm going to achieve that was become a doctor. So I started pursuing that all through. From my primary school, I had my card available and a complimentary card, and I said Dr. Ebong Eno, and I put a number of companies around the world, and my parents showed it to my parents, and they laughed and said, God will help you to actualize this. As I went through secondary school, I was good in arts, I was good in sciences, and I went through assessment. My guidance counselor told me, I'll advise that you take these sciences. So I said, fine, I took the sciences. From there, I said, okay, I quickly asked, if I do sciences, would that make me a doctor? They said, yes. And I said, fine. So I moved on with sciences. I came out, went into university, and like they say, they didn't give me medicine and surgery. What I got was medical radiography. I went through that with the notion that once I finish, I'll just switch and do direct entry and continue my medicine. But in my second year, I found a different passion. I found a different interpretation of the dreams I had, that if I am a doctor, I'll only be able to save maybe in a day, max 30 patients in a day. But I discovered I had a gifting to reach out to people, to talk to people, to coach people, to counsel people. And I started exploring that. in one of the opportunities I had, I spoke to over 250 something people, and I found out that I got a lot of results. People had to change their ways, had to amend their ways, and then phones weren't too available, but they had a way of communicating, and what we had was the internet, email. And I got back and I said, wow. So actually someone sends you an email and says, I used to do this from the time you spoke to us, I'm no more doing that. And I'm like, it dawned on me that I've just saved that person. And so now my original intent was to save lives. So the question I started asking myself was, do I really need this medicine to save lives? Or I can move it with other things? That's how I veered up into what I'm doing now. I still graduated with my medical radiography anyway, worked in the hospital, but I discovered that my passion was somewhere else. My dreams were still calling on me. So I like to say that dreams have lifespan. And in saying so, they operate in seasons, they operate in cycles. And if we don't follow that season and cycle, we may end up not making them come through. Thank you.
Whoa. I've just been listening and I've just been writing. Okay, I'm going to start from the first person who said, yes, dream has a lifespan. And yes, she gave an example of the founder of KFC, who started at his late 60s or mid 60s, and KFC is everywhere today. And one time I read his story, and I was telling someone, I said, I don't think he was idle from that time till 65 when he started KFC. He wasn't idle. He must have worked for restaurants. He must have worked for different people. He must have tried one or two businesses that had failed over time. And in all of this, he has a particular dream. He's done one or two things that failed over time till the KFC came. So he wasn't sitting down from 1 year to 65 years and just boom, KFC came to be. No, there were things that was, now I think with the issue with lifespan becomes possible. A limit of lifespan becomes possible when you actually have done nothing at all that looks like where you were going to. So basically for the owner of KFC, which was a major point the first speaker used, I will still say that he started living, he broke his dream to pieces. He started from somewhere, and yes, it led him to his dream. So he started his dream at 65. He didn't start his dream at 65. He started his dream long ago, but he kept building from step to step to step till he built the main building. I'm very sure when he put one or two cement, people would have seen KFC. People would have seen a rough, what's going on here? Sometimes when people start building, you never see what they're building. You never know if it's a hotel, if it's a house, if it's a school, until they are done. So basically, I think KFC had started doing something from the start, but nobody ever thought it would have been KFC. And boom, at 65, KFC came up. He started from somewhere. Then for Stephanie said dreams vanish. I would want to say dreams evolve. They do not vanish. Yes, you can have a dream to be, just like Prof has said it all with that. Prof had a dream to save lives. Yes, and he assumed that saving lives just means being a doctor. But there are other ways you can do things. And growing up as a child, I knew I had a passion to teach. But with this Nigerian school and government, I told myself I will never teach. When I got education as a course, it was a problem for me because all I saw in my mind was that I was going to teach, and you can teach and they won't pay you for the next 3-4 months. And if you teach in private schools, they'll still give you little money and the rest. Those things bothered me. Little did I know that I can teach business. Little did I know that I can teach psychology. I can teach people different things. I can teach dance and all of that. And today there is nothing you give me to teach. In fact, I train company staff and the rest. So somehow it evolved. I love to teach. I was scared I was going to teach in school, and I ran away from everything, teaching and all of that. But along the line, I realized that teaching doesn't mean you have to teach in the classroom. There are other places you can teach. So dreams don't just vanish, they actually evolve. So you might be thinking, oh, you're sketching, you love to sketch humans. Today you sketch clothes, and you sketch exactly the way the tailor sews it, and it comes out exactly the way you sketched it. You sketch and it looks like it's a picture, not sketching. You're still sketching, but now you moved it into fashion. So you did not vanish, it evolved. And okay, the third person talked about, okay, Prof talked about scissors and circles. for real, seasons and circles. There are dreams, there are things you want to achieve that has a time limit. Now, you don't have a time limit. Evolving your dream does not have a time limit. What has a time limit is that particular picture you have in your head. Like I said, you want to be a footballer. And you've stayed till 45 years, nobody has seen you to pull you out. But within then and 45 years, you must have been doing other things. You must have had other things. You can decide to launch into something else. Why don't you start training other younger people? You didn't live the dream, but if other people become this dream, it still comes to your name, it's your legacy. If you start up a football academy and other younger people go through it and they become the football star you did not become, the legacy still comes to you. So people need to understand that dreams evolve, and you can. Instead of you thinking your dream is over when you are still alive, as long as you're alive, just understand that you can, your dream is innovation. Follow through with the innovation. For someone who, okay, you had a dream of owning a whole computer room and all that. And 10 years from now, people no longer use computer. What do you want to do? You want to evolve. What is the new thing people are using? How do you evolve? How do you do innovations to meet up to what is the season that we are at the moment? So your dream actually, I would say, doesn't have a lifespan, but we must learn to follow seasons. We must learn to evolve. We must learn to say, okay, this was the dream I had. What role is it playing now? Where will it get into now? Where can it fit in now? Where can it fit in now? And what area can it fit in? If you have, there are things that have actually gone that will say it no longer exists. Photography, people had dreams to be photographers, and they started with the manual cameras and all that. Some people have stopped because they couldn't meet up with, they left their dream where that season stopped. But no, photography still exists, and the season is still there. And all you needed to do was switch. So I think a lot of times the problem we have with people is they really don't know how to evolve. Your dream is, like Joy said, your dream is embedded in you. And as long as you're alive, your dream is there. So the number one thing you want to do is sit down and say, I'm still alive. How can your dream die when you're still alive? Prof said something, there can't be a dream without a dreamer. That is true. So as long as you're alive, your dream is there. And I will always look at Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was not alive when a Black man ruled America. But you cannot talk about Obama's dream, Obama's ruling America, without referring to Martin Luther King's talk, I Have a Dream. It was a speech he wrote, but that speech has lived over decades, over generations. So your dream can even be in a paper, it can be in a book form. And it's still your legacy. So I think a lot of us need to understand that I am of the opinion that dreams don't have lifespan. People just need to learn to evolve. People need to learn to start from somewhere. You wanted to be a banker. You did not become a banker. You can start looking out for apps. There are a lot of online banking systems. You can create an app and you're still doing what you can start doing the savings. Some people started with, there's just a lot of piggy investment type of piggy vests that are everywhere. And you can't be a banker. What do banks do? They keep our money for us. And you decided to start all your community save in your hands. My dear, you're a banker. Nobody needs to tell you that. You're a banker. And somehow, somewhere, you have solved the problem. So I think the problem we have is just the big picture that is in our head that we are not breaking. And that's why I'm here today talking about break your dreams to pieces. Thank you so much, all my guests. We are going to the next question. And it says, dreams are said to have a generational legacy. To what extent can one build before you can say they live their dreams? I hope it's clear. Dreams are said to have a generational legacy. To what extent can one build before you can say they live their dreams? I'm going to start with Joy Answer.
Okay. Yes, dreams do have generational legacy. Like we see a family where the father happens to be a lawyer, and 4 of his children are also taking that path of life. And sometimes you see this thing going from the 4th to the 3rd generation, you understand? So you can actually say that's a legacy being created. Also, you can also see an organization where the founder of the organization is been long gone. Maybe he died long years back, but the organization is still on running and is going perfectly well. Why? I would say because of the generational benefits and the problem-solving activities or abilities that dream has actually created in the society. So the second question, which says, what extent can one build before you can say they have actually lived their lives? I'm not going to put it in numbers of years. I only say that one can say they have lived their dreams where it has impacted lives to a greater extent, where it has impacted lives, impacted the society to a larger extent, where it has created a situation where it has solved problems, it has met needs, you understand, where that person's life has changed other people's life, where it has been a problem, where it has solved problems that has been generational issues, that has been outstanding issues. And then I think at that point you would greatly say, oh, I've actually lived my dream, where you can impact other people's life at a larger extent. At that point, you can actually say, oh, I've actually lived out my dream. Because if I want to say, oh, it's 20 years, you're going to say you have to live for like 20 years, or you have to live for like 10 years doing the same thing. Nobody knows when their days or their days are going to be numbered, or when they're going to have their last call on earth. Nobody knows. But I say, where you have impacted lives, where life has been changed, at that point you can say, oh, I've actually lived my dream very well. Where you have met a need, solved a particular need in the society. And that's a big blessing. So I think at that point, you can actually say, beat your chest and say, oh, I've actually lived out my dreams.
Thank you so much. Yes, the dream must solve a problem. That must solve a problem, must live beyond you. So whether you die or not, people can still refer to that particular solution to you. Thank you so much, Joy. And the next person on our list is Mr. Ebogeno. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Dreams have generational legacies. Yes, they do have. They're meant to have. And like Joy has said, every dream is meant to solve a problem. Every dream is meant to help someone down the road. Every dream is meant to impact someone. And I'll try and combine both the first part and part B. To what extent can you build a dream before you say, okay, yes, you have lived out your dreams? Like she has rightly said, none of us know how long we're going to live. And that's why scripture says that the Lord teach us to number our days and apply our hearts unto wisdom. I have a philosophy that simply says, take one step every day that gets you closer to where you're going. And once the dream, you've dreamt about the dream, you've had a dream, you put it to paper and put it down. The next thing is to begin the execution. But once the execution begins, even if you have lived for 2 days and you have walked in the path of that dream, you have fulfilled your dream. Maybe that was just what you were meant to do. Just like a house, you have a dream of building a house. You know, in building a house, there are different stages. There are those that will have to dig up. There are those that will first of all have to clear the land. There are those that will dig up. There are those that will set the foundations. There are those that will raise it to PVC level, DPC level. There are those that will set the blocks and take it to lintel. There are those, so they are in stages. Now, the dream is to build a house. And we start out building the house. So the first stage of it is to get on the ground, interpret the dream, bring it to fruition. Let's see it. And it takes a daily work, a daily step, living in the consciousness that I'm living my dream, that accumulates to getting to a point where you say it has become a generational thing. So there is no time limit we can actually put on it to say you have to work till this time, like Joy said, to be able to say, okay, yes, you have lived your dream. You can live your dream in 1 year. You can live your dream in 2 months. You can live your dream in 3 months. It doesn't mean that it must completely be actualized if it has to be a generational legacy. It means you have started a process, you started off something, and then you're handing it over to maybe your children or to a group of friends or people that believe in the dream and have worked it. Now, you talked about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King gave a great speech that still resonates till tomorrow. I have a dream. But did he really live the dream? Can we say he lived the dream? The answer would be, as at the time Martin Luther King died, he lived the dream, because every day of his life, he worked towards actualizing the dream. So where he ended, other people that he made buy into the dream and see what he saw started living on the dream. And that's what led us to other things coming up. And then Obama came up, and okay, you say, if Martin Luther King was alive, the day Obama became the president, the first black American to become the president of America, of the United States, then he would have said that was when Martin Luther King fulfilled his dream, or he lived his dream. But seriously, he had long gone. But before he left, he had lived his dream. After that, since it's a generational legacy, as every opportunity comes and those things are finding expression, he's still living his dreams. So dreams are actually legacies, and it's left for us to be able to get to a point where we dream, where we think it through, and that's where I think that's the core of this discussion. That we get to a point where we break our dreams down and start. It's not just to have it as a thought in our head or to have it as a thought in our mind and we say I have a dream. No, no, no. We actually should start. Beyond the speech Martin Luther gave, I have a dream, he actually walked the path until when he left. So another person who probably would say, as he fulfilled his dream, what did he live his dream? It's Miles Morrow. Miles Morrow had a dream and he put it down. He started walking the dream. At some point, he moved on and his son stepped in and is still living on the dream. Billy Graham, we can keep counting them. Now, in my own instance, my dad had a dream, started off something, and said he wants to get into the hotel business. He wants to run the hotel kind of thing, and this is what he wants to do. He kept sharing it with us. And at some point, when opportunity came for him in his former company, he did a proposal and did visibility study for the company and said to them, I think we can do water, we can do hotel, we can do all of those. And when he got to the board meeting, the chairman of the company said to him, you have wasted our money, gentlemen. This is not what we sent you to do. We don't need to build hotels because there are a lot of hotels already around. Sheraton is there, and we have Presidential Hotel in Port Harcourt. We don't need to do water because government has says water for all by year 2000. And so everything that he put down as a dream for the company, it was thrown out of the window. So he got upset and resigned, and now took that visibility study and started off a hotel 25 years ago. And 25 years after, that hotel that started off with 5 rooms has given birth to several other outlets. The water factory or the water plant that the chairman said government will give us water for all by 2000, we are still struggling to get water. So we started off the bottled water and so many other things. Now he has moved on to something else and I've stepped into his shoes. So dream, like I said, are in seasons and they're in cycles. The concern here about when you say, have you lived the dream, is when you start. The day you start living that dream, you have actually lived the dream. The day you begin, you move from your head, your mind to paper, and from paper to action, then you started living the dream. I think that's just what it is. So it's a generational thing that can be moved. And I like to close with this. For it to be a generational legacy, there are structures that must be in place to make that happen. Any dream that is not properly structured to carry, like any house that wants to, that probably you're setting out to build a skyscraper, like you want probably 25-story building like we have here in New York and other, and then a lot more in Lagos and Abuja. You probably won't understand that. Yes, you're not going to build up, you're not just going to wake up one morning and you have a 25-story building on the ground. You probably will have to dig the ground and lay the foundations. So starting out that dream will determine whether the dream is going to be a legacy or it's not going to be a legacy. The structures you put on the ground, the time you put, the sacrifice, the commitment, all of those things will determine whether it's going to be a legacy or not. Most people start out their dreams and from day one, I already know that this is going to crash. This will not go beyond them. As soon as they move on, it can't work. It's not a movement. Like, even if it's a movement, even if it's a political movement, it's a church movement, whatever it is, business, it's family, just find out that when once they move, the family is gone. When once they move, the church is gone. When once they move, the business, whatever it is. So it depends on the structure that was put on the ground. So living out a dream as a generational legacy will be dependent on the structures we are willing to put on the ground and how far we can dig deep. For any dream to be a legacy, the roots have to go deep. Thank you.
Whoa. Mind blowing. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibon. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibon. Yeah, you said a lot. You said a lot. Yes. Thank you. Like it was like you spoke for a minute. Man, this is mind blowing. What's from the day you start your dream? You started your dream, but it starts with you writing on paper. It starts with you drawing it out. Yes, the Bible said, write your vision and make it plain, that they may run and not faint. So if you can actually draw your dream on paper clearly, what people like us call vision board, if you can draw your dream on paper clearly, and you can see the structures on paper, and you would be able to start from one step to the other. Man, thank you so much, Mr. Ibong. I know we have a lot to talk about. So Mrs. Stephanie Martins, you're next online. Stephanie Martins.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Okay, so well, the question is,
okay, the question is, dreams are said to have a generational legacy. To what extent can one build?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Dreams are said to have a generational legacy. To what extent can one build before you can say they live their dreams?
Okay. So sorry, I'm just feeling a little bit weak. I'm heavy, so that's why I'm just trying to get myself together. Okay, so from our previous conversation, what I meant was some dreams vanish, not all dreams. That's what I mean, some, not all. So, okay, to our recent discussion, dreams, do they have legacy? Sorry, I'm coming, sorry. Dreams are said to have a generational legacy, yes. And to what extent can one build before you can say you've lived your dream? Just feel, once you feel fulfilled, once you're fulfilled in your heart that, oh, I have lived this dream. Once you feel fulfilled about a particular thing that you've been dreaming of, you've put it to action and it works. Sometimes it might not necessarily work, but still you feel fulfilled that you tried it, because sometimes you put it into action and it might not work, but then you will still feel that you've tried it, you've tried it, you've given it a try. It's better than nothing. Do you understand? You've given it a try. So at that moment, you felt that you've already lived your dream. Do you understand? And to what extent can you have a generational legacy? Well, like what our previous speaker said, it has to have a structure, like a strong one. It has to have a structure before you say that this dream is a legacy. This dream will live on. One can die today and your dream dies with you. One can give up today and your dream ends. But then when you have a structure, when you have a structure on ground, your kids can live to it. When you have a structure, not just your kids, your partners, your co-owners, your co-founders can live to it. One person dreamt of having a Facebook, having an app whereby everybody will come together and they will meet, connect, and everything. And other people saw the dream as a bright dream and like, this is a beautiful dream. I want to put my money in it. The moment everyone started putting money in it, the moment everybody started investing in it, it became a legacy. Come today, come tomorrow. Even if it's no more Facebook, it's now meter. Next 10 to 20 years, you know that, okay, this meter was owned by so person. And this is how long it took for this thing to be in place. There's some dreams that they're fantastic dreams, they are beautiful dreams. Once you put it into action, everybody, you might even be telling people that I have a dream, or I have a dream of having this is how my dream is, I'm having something, and this is how my dream is, how I want my dream to be. And they won't even know what you're saying. Once you put it into writing, you developed it, you do everything, all the paperwork, and you start it. Some is once you start it, once you don't start it, nobody's interested. Once you start it, once people start having so much interest in that particular dream, it becomes a legacy. It becomes what everyone wants to associate with. It becomes what everyone wants to live with. But I just feel that the moment you feel fulfilled in your heart that I have done this thing that has been disturbing me for ages, that is when you lived your dream. The moment you feel that, okay, this thing, I have, at least I did it. That's the most important thing. That is when you lived your dream. No matter, even if it's just for a day and you put it into action, even if it's just for a day that you started it, even if it's just for a day that you tried doing it and you felt fulfilled. Your heart is, you are filled in your heart that, okay, this thing I've done has relieved some part of me, and I feel that I have achieved something. That's when you live your dream. So even if you die a minute after that thing has happened, you've lived your dream. So, and just also there are some people that I used to ask this question, like, what's your definition of success? What's the definition of success? Someone's definition of success might not be the other person's definition of success. Your definition of success might be to live your dream, to achieve a goal, to impact in people's lives. Another person's definition of success is to manage one's dream, to help them build that dream, to help them live the legacy, to help them get it to a point whereby everyone, without the person being in the picture, there is a dream that is living on. So I just feel like you living your dream also depend on how you're ready to go about it, the actions you're ready to take, and how fulfilled you'll be once you do that. So that's my take about
Thank you so much.
Legacy, everything.
Thank you so much. Personal fulfillment and
Yes.
different measurement of success. That's actually very, very important, because sometimes why someone else just wants to see 5 million in their account before they die, someone else wants to be able to dash 10 people 5 million before they die. Everybody have the different measurement of success that they get fulfilled. But whatever it is, let's not forget that dreams are supposed to solve a problem. What makes it bring the legacy is that it has to solve a problem. So we're going to be listening to the last speaker now, Mr. Samuel Anthony. Please take over.
Okay. Yes, the major part of dream is when you get to live your dream. That's the major part of having a dream. When you get to see that dream come to pass. When I was in secondary school, I used to tell myself, I'm going to go into business. Anything I'm going to, I don't want to be an accountant. I don't want to be a medical doctor. I just want to have my own business. I just want to have, like what you said, you made mention of having a computer hub. When you mentioned that, I was like, oh God, my dream business. I wanted to have a computer hub where I buy, sell, and shipping computers. I was very young then with that idea. So that dream made me go to computer school even before I wrote WAEC. Before I wrote NECO, before I decided to say, okay, now it's time for me to go to university. I went to computer school deliberately. I did that. I wrote my WAEC after that. Then I went to study computer science, a diploma course in Benson Delta University, which gave me an edge with my computer science abilities. And after that, I said, okay, I fulfilled my dream of wanting to know everything about the computer. Now it's for me to go into business. Then I said, let me go into the university to study business management. I did a couple of trials for universities around, but they kept giving me public admin. Some gave me what they call it, accounting, economics, but I was specific about what I wanted because I had this dream of owning a business, running a business. I don't need any professional course. I had this dream of running a business. So I went into that. I went into business administration, studied business administration, made sure everything that was revolving around me was about business. While in school, I got into business. I was buying and selling. I was schooling in Imo State University, so I was close to Aba. So I bought those things. I bought things and I was selling, and it was fulfilling for me because at then I felt I was living my dream. I was gradually going to the point where I can say, okay, this is what I wanted. I'm studying the course that I want to do, and I'm actually trying to live up to what I have set up for myself. So the question now boils down to dreams are said to have generational legacy, and to what extent can one build before you can say you have lived your dream? Before I can say, okay, I'm living to my dream, I should have been able to see physically what I am achieving from what I'm doing. If what I'm doing is in line with what I've planned to do, then I can say, I'm fulfilled. This goal, I have ticked this one. I wanted to go for computer school. I ticked this. I've lived the dream of studying computer science. I wanted to go into business. I decided to say, okay, for me to be good at business, I need to go to business school. I went to business school in Imo State before they changed it to business administration and management. So I went to business school. I could now say, okay, I ticked this part that I've fulfilled a part of my dream that, okay, I went to business school. I'm a BSc holder now, senior in business. So I could say I've achieved what I wanted to achieve as a young person. I'm living right now is me managing businesses that I betted for myself. I betted some business ideas for myself, and I've been able to, to put in work into practice. I'm putting work into practice. I won't say I'm there yet, but from what I'm seeing, I would say, man, I'm living to expectations. I'm living my dreams. I'm getting cool money out of it to actually take me to where I want to go to. Because when it comes to like what Mr. Sorry, I'm trying to get his name. Ebon said, he said, he made mention, I don't know if he can even recall, He said, without, did he say, he was talking about resources to push your dream. He said, without resources, your dream will be a mere dream. It won't come to reality if you don't have resources to push it. So I believe presently we are putting resources into practice and we are trying to get to that point where we are heading to. So if I'm heading to a point where I can say I'm living to, I have lived my dream, is to be, I would have gotten to that extent where I would say, I am living a full-blown business for someone who is ready to solve problems that I've been able to solve over time. Talking about business, it's not okay to say that you started a business. It's not okay alone to say you started a business. If you can say you started a business, but is the business sustainable? Can it be continued by another person? Can someone succeed that business? You can say you live your dream where you put somebody in line to succeed a business of yours. And that business is solving real life problems. You can't say you live your dream where you have a business and when you pass on, nobody is willing to take up what you are doing. Nobody has the ability to take up what you are doing because you didn't put anybody in line. It's not just having money, it's about sustainability. So I believe you can say that you fully live your dream where the things that you've been able to achieve can be carried on by somebody else. It doesn't necessarily mean to be your bloodline. It could be someone else that you've been able to train. I've seen so many people, so many business moguls that their children didn't take after them in business. You have some other business partners that took up that interest to follow through with their business ideas. And today the business is going on. The business is going on. So yes, I believe that is when I can boldly say, I can boldly say, yeah, you're welcome. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I liked what you said about dreams being sustained, whether by your family member or not. You should have been able to build something that someone can work on, someone can sustain with or without you. Thank you so much. So much have been said about dreams having generational legacy. Of course, how will it be a dream if there's nobody there to see that this dream was lived? Yes, it becomes fulfillment when your dream that was in your head is physically seen. That's what legacy is. And to the extent, everybody has said the same thing, which is true. We don't, everybody have different success level, but the most important thing is that your dream should solve a problem. Your dream should solve a problem. Your dream should be replicable, and your dream should be sustainable. It should be something that it should have structure. It should have a structure that people can fit into, whether you are there or not. So much. I hope our attendees are actually taking a lot. I'm taking down notes, and this is recorded anyway, so it will be out for many other people out there. So we're going to the next question. We actually will. Yes, we have our amazing speakers. We have just like 7 minutes more to go, but we have to finish this. So the next question is the core theme of this month's series. Please give us a practical advice to our guests in the house. Okay, we believe that when dreams are broken to pieces, it can make it more achievable. In practical terms, using yourself as a case study, can you throw more light on this assertion? How do we break our dreams to pieces? This is the core essence of this discussion today. How do we break our dreams to pieces? So we start with Mr. Ebong.
Thank you. It's been a good time all the while. Well, dream it, think it, plan it, and then do it. So if anybody's listening, you can just put those down. Dream it, think it, plan it, and then do it. Because of the limited time we have, I'll just need to rush up. So dream it, plan it, dream it, think it, plan it, and then do it.
Oh, great. So you start with dreaming and you have to think. When you dream, you think. In the process of thinking, you look at the circles, look at the season, look at what you need to do to achieve this dream. Then you begin to plan. So if you want to be a doctor, the best doctor in the world, you begin to plan. Are you going to start university? Are you going to go read medicine? Are you going to start with secondary school? Are you going to start as a science student? That's your planning. And then you just do it. You just do it, do it, take the step, just do it. If everything is going wrong, just take the right, do it. Okay, so the next person is Mr. Anthony Samuel, please. Mr. Anthony Samuel, can you hear me? Please unmute.
Okay, yes. I'm here. I was actually saying something. I didn't know I was muted. Okay, so I like the part where it said, dream it, think it, plan it, and do it. That is more like it. I wouldn't want to say contrary to what he said, because that was exactly what was on my mind. If Vanessa could attest to that, because I just sent it to her. Because when you have what will I put it now? Okay, because of time, I won't say too much. The basic thing is there is just to break your dream into pieces. How you do that is to know what you want, know where you are, and how to get there. Know what you want, know where you are, and know how to get there. If you don't get to know all these things, it's more like you are playing with yourself, because it's more like you saying you know how your financial ability is, and you are giving yourself targets that are way higher than where you are presently. It's going to give you headache, and it's going to make you break by the roadside. So just live according to what you have at hand. Set minimum goals that you know you can achieve. Yes, that's it.
Well, thank you so much. What, where, and how. Very, very important. Dream it. What is the dream? What is the dream? Where? This is you thinking. That's the process. That's the process of thinking. You're searching where exactly, where and how. Everything has to do with the process of dreaming, thinking. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. And now let's go to Ms. Joy Anso.
All right. Okay. Since we have limited time, I think I would say that when you're faced with a new challenges, like, when you're coming up with a dream, with a plan, what you should focus more on is dividing them into subsections. You should have a short-term plan, you should have a medium-term plan, and you should have a long-term plan. So what is my capacity? What can I do during this range? If there is a point where you have to take a break, you take a break. You work with your short term. So when you've built your capacity, understand the market, understand the force of demand and supply in the market, you can now move to the medium term. So it's not good for you to just go all the way to the long term, because it will actually break you in pieces. But when you work with short term goals, you set them out, you write your plans, what you want to achieve. If it's something that is going to be realistic, something that you can achieve, you work with them. If it is something you have to either outsource, make more resources outside, and then come out, you get a break, you pause, and then you work with the medium term. From there, you move to the long term. So I think breaking it into pieces is where you can work in section by section. Don't just rush into just accomplishing your dreams. Just make sure you put them in part by part, working with the long run and the short run and the medium run. I think that works for me.
Oh, thank you so much. I picked something. You said, if you don't break the dream to pieces, the dream might end up breaking you to pieces. So you try to achieve everything at once. Yes, we need to learn to start from somewhere. Subsections, the short. You want to be a doctor, you don't just jump to be a doctor, you start from somewhere. Some of you want to own big businesses, you want to be an entrepreneur. Have you ever worked for someone? Have you ever related with people who are doing the same business? If it's not your number one idea, Other people have gone ahead of you. Have you ever sat with them? Have you ever interned with people who are doing what you want to do? You just need to, like I said, KFC didn't just start at 65. We keep saying that. Let's not be deceived by motivational speakers. Go and read about him very well. There were step by step. There were people he worked for. There were people he helped to live their dreams before he started achieving his dream. So you don't just jump at your dream and you make a lot of mistakes. Break your dreams to pieces so your dreams don't break you to pieces. And to the last person, Mrs. Stephanie Martins.
Okay, Miss Joy, so I really like what you said about you breaking your dream into pieces, or else it will break you. Okay, mine is, I feel like first you need to dream the dream. You need to have the dream first. Then secondly, you have to think it, not just thinking it. You have to discuss it with a trusted person. You have to discuss it with someone you trust so much. Then plan the business. Have a business plan. If you have to have a structure for it, like a business plan, small business plan. It doesn't necessarily need to be 1 billion naira, or we don't necessarily need to have so much money for it. So just have a business, just have something on ground, just write it down, something you follow. You need to register your business first. So the name, so you won't just start the dream and start me. I am busy. I'm sorry, so sorry.
Motherhood.
Oh my God. Go and meet your auntie. Sorry, please. Go and meet your auntie first. Okay, so you have to have someone you trust to discuss the business with, so they can give you advice on how to go about the business. Sometimes we can have dream and we don't understand the business aspect of the dream. That's where we might be lost. For me, I have a dream. My husband has the business aspect of it. So just us coming together and having a structure. So you have to have the dream first, then put it into writing, put it into planning. If you need to register the business first, that's very important, because you might start your dream now, start the business, start registering it. And then at the end of the day, when you have money to register it, the name is already used. So that can disfigure you and everything. So you have to register the business first, have your plan, start everything possible that you need to start. You don't necessarily need to wait to 1 billion. If you have 500, if you have 100K, start with it. If you have 50K, start with it. So just make sure you start from somewhere. That's the most important thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Discussion. I picked something about discussion. You know, the Bible said in matter of counsel, there is safety. Yes, a lot of times we have dreams, it's just in our head. The day you should have one person you can discuss with. The person can just bring it to light, or the person can be your accountability partner who reminds you, remember you said this, when will you start this? You see, let me give you a distance. My DREAM&I series, the plan was to do it in October, just to commemorate with my dream, the African Girl Child celebration by the UN. But after I did it that day, someone called me and said, Vanessa, this is what you always talk about. This is something you always wanted to do. I said, the person said, no, Vanessa, do you know you can do this every month? Yes, why this person could bring this, because I've discussed with her. She's a very close friend. I've discussed with her, and she was able to remind me I can do this every month. And this is the third series, and it's getting better and better and better by the day. Yes, discussing with someone will actually help you. And the person might even be the one who will help you know how to break your dreams. Oh, amazing discussion. The final, please, just in one word, in a sentence, give your viewers some advice on how to break their dreams. Just round it off. I will start with Stephanie Martins. Stephanie Martins, please.
All I have to say to everyone is, live your dream. Live it. Anyhow, live it. Anyhow you want to start your dream. Don't wait for someone to come and encourage you or something. Just live your dream. If you're an artist, live it. If you want to go into music, start from somewhere. You can gather people and start singing for them. Start from somewhere. Yes. Live the dream. Just start it from somewhere. I didn't just wake up one morning and became a fashion designer. I as a child, I started putting things together, small, before oh, this thing can be like this, can be like this. So you just have to live your dream. That's what I have to say. Live it. That's all.
You don't want to keep talking.
Hello,
I'm
Hello?
done.
please, Mr. Anthony.
Mr. Anthony, it's your turn.
It's not my turn. Oh. She said she's done.
Yeah, she's done. So, Mr. Anthony Samuel,
Yes,
give
I'm
me
done.
the final word.
Okay. Final word. Sorry. Okay. My final word is just be. We now we know we have a dream. The next thing is for us to move into action, because your dream just can't come into life with you sitting in the house. My bishop used to say that when you have a target, when you have a plan, you just don't sit and allow that thing to come to pass. You make a move, because if you don't move, your dream is going to be there with you. You just don't stay in the morning and pray to God for a beautiful day and thank God for the money that is on your way without you leaving your bed and going out to get something done. You have to go out to get something done. If you have a dream, if you have a plan, you have to seek advice from people who have gone ahead of you. Seek advice, talk with people, attend seminars, attend meetings like this one, get to know what is involved, get to know the small rudiments you need to follow to get your plans achieved, to get your goals achieved. I believe with that you can, get something good going for yourself. Just try and study because study they say shows yourself approved. Study to show yourself approved rather. So you get, if you study, I believe there's nothing you can't achieve. Study about that business you're planning to do. If you want to go into POS business, study about POS business. You want to go into farming, study about farming. There are different farming. You want to go into snail fishery, you have to study about that particular business before you go into it, so you know who to meet, the suppliers to meet, and stuff like that. I believe with that you are good to go. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Joy. Also, your word.
I would say in conclusion, believe in your dream, believe in yourself, never let your dream die, because that dream is for you to achieve and it's something that is from your inside. So believe and don't give up on your dreams, and also be open to learning, because you cannot know all things by yourself, or because the dream came from you doesn't mean that you can sort out things. You understand? So you have to be open to learn new skills, how to improve that same dream that you have. So, and you don't have to wait until you have everything to figure it all out. Start from where you are. Start small. Don't be ashamed to be like, well, I have to wait until I have the right capital, the right resources, the right connection. No, start where you are and never let your dream die. I think I'll conclude with that.
Thank you so much, Ms. Joy. And so, and the last but not the least, Mr. Ebon Edo.
All right, thank you so much. It's been a good time. I'd just like to say these 4 things. And for me, if you have a pen, you can write it down or you can take note of it as we wrap up this. Little steps taken over time have potentials to make a difference. Don't wait to start big, start small. Every dream that you see big today started small. So every young person logged in right now, don't wait to start big, start small. Dream big and start small. It's necessary you understand that. Number 2, small steps taken today will yield great rewards tomorrow. Don't despise small steps. Take those steps 1 step at a time. They will yield great tomorrow. And I close with this, in the words of Robert Stevenson: don't judge each day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Don't judge each day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Start planting and then watch the harvest come. And as you move along, I would like to say this: celebrate every step you take. Don't commonize it. Don't think you're not making progress. Just go ahead and keep doing it. Take 1 step every day closer to your goal. and you will end up arriving there. The ultimate thing is this. There's this book that is written that is called Compound Effect. Please get the book. It will help you and in your path of breaking your dreams to pieces. As you take the first step and make the move, I see you at the top. I'm waiting for you there. Thank you.
Whoa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ebongeno. Thank you, Mrs. Stephanie Martins. Thank you, Ms. Joy So. Thank you, Anthony Samuel. Thank you for being on the show this month. Thank you, I appreciate.
Thank you.
We've learned
Thank you for
so
having
much,
us.
so much. I have written so much and it's recorded, so I'm going to put it out soon. God bless everyone who attended, and we look forward to the one of next month. It's going to be amazing. Thank you all. And it's a wrap for the day.
Thank
Have
you.
a great night.
Good
All
night.
right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.